Okay, you guys, what is up? This is Oshi Senpai here today to do a review of Naruto chapter 682. Kishimoto. Okay. Yo. The technique that Naruto performed on Kaguya, I'm not gonna lie, that threw me off. Like I was sitting there just reading the chapter, and it threw me off entirely. I was like, what the fuck? Like, Naruto, what are you doing? And before I get into that, let me get into the basics, because I do want to talk about this, kind of. Pacing, story progression, and artwork. First of all, the artwork. Nice, very nice. I'm gonna give that a rating of good plus. Good plus artwork. When it comes to pacing, okay plus. The chapter was mainly a setup chapter, but not a really lot happened. So with that, I'm gonna actually give the story progression okay plus as well. But the artwork was nice. The artwork I'm gonna have to give that good plus. So the chapter itself, not a lot happened. But just because of the fact that Naruto did that, just because of the fact that Naruto did that, I'm not going to say this chapter is bad. This chapter was a good. It was an okay chapter of Naruto. It was okay. I'm not gonna give it a bad rating because of one jutsu. That's stupid. That's really stupid. So let me talk about the whole like the chapter itself. Naruto's secret technique that he's gonna work together with Sasuke. The fact that Sasuke went ahead with this, I was like, dude, Sasuke, like it threw me off. Like seriously, that moment in the chapter, I was like, what the fuck? I'm not mad about it anymore. I'm just surprised that Sasuke went ahead with it. And I guess it's because he's desperate. Like, he was still trying to figure out a plan himself. I was like, he was probably like, okay, you know what? Your plan's stupid as hell, but we might as well try it anyways. I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck? It's like, listen, I get it. I get the joke. I get that, it's supposed to be funny. It was funny. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it was funny. But the problem was that, like, it's not the right timing for. Hold on. Let's wrap my glasses. It's not the right timing for a jutsu to come out like this. This is the end of the world, quote unquote. Like the end of the world, seriously, not quote unquote, seriously. You're facing against the god of the universe, or the god of the Naruto verse. You should take it a little bit more seriously and bring out an actual jutsu. By the way, the jutsu itself barely worked. That's another thing that made me mad. Like we saw Kaguya, she was affected by it, but it wasn't a lot. Like she still got back up afterwards. And when I saw Sasuke, he used Amaterasu. I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be awesome. Like I thought it was gonna be one of those collaboration jutsus that they often do, like where they have Amaterasu and then they have a Rasen Shuriken, or maybe something even different. But when Naruto said, "I've been training this jutsu more than I've been training the Rasengan," I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, he's probably talking about the time skip. He trained this reverse sexy harem jutsu over the Rasengan. I'm tired of the Rasengan techniques, but that would have been better than this. This is the wrong timing. This is the end of the world. The end, like we're getting close to the end of Naruto, the end of the fucking series. So I understand the joke. It's funny, but it's like not this time, not this moment. I could have liked it when it was early in the war, like earlier in the war, maybe. Even then, I wouldn't have liked it, but maybe I would have made an exception, or somewhere earlier in the story, like maybe after the time skip. Like remember when Naruto came back to the village? Maybe like after the time skip when he's facing off against his dude, like I don't know, Deidre or something like that. I don't know if like anytime then, but now, no, it's like I just don't like it. So I'm not gonna hate on the chapter. I'm not gonna give the chapter a bad rating. I'm just not. Hold on a second. Give me a second. You get some water. All right. So let's get on with the actual chapter itself. So again, the jutsu threw me off. It was funny, but the wrong timing. The wrong timing for this type of thing. when it comes to the chapter itself, basically, it's just them trying to find a counterattack against Kaguya, and the counterattack will lead to a seal up, where they can seal them up with both of them together. And that's the thing that we're at the end of the chapter, Kaguya, or no, not Kaguya, Black Zetsu, because apparently Kaguya just doesn't do that much. Black Zetsu notices it's like, hey, we need to get them separated so that they can't seal you, my mom or something, hell, my mother or something like that. So, because again, Black Zetsu being the mastermind is some fucked up shit. Like Kishimoto, like, dude, come on. Come on. Alright. Pretty much it works to some extent. I guess it wasn't really to injure her, it was just to distract her, and then they were gonna like warp towards her and then use the sun and the moon the sun and the moon tattoos and take her down via that motion. Okay, fine. It's smart, but I'm like, dude, like what the fuck? And even Kakashi, and this threw me off when Kakashi says this. Kakashi, you can say all you want about Kakashi, but he's still a smart dude. And he says, way to use the element of surprise. Hold on, let me get into the actual, like, I have a tab saved where the chapter is on manga stream. I'm gonna look for this shit. Hold on. Give me a second. Fucking saying that the element of surprise my ass. What the fuck? Even Sakura's like, even Sakura, like, it's like, what the fuck? Hold on. Actually, no, let me go back. Okay. So, this is what Kakashi says. Never underestimate the element of surprise. Who would have ever thought that that perverted jutsu of Naruto's might one day save the world? Are you watching his Jiraiya Sensei? And I'm like, the fuck? Kakashi? I mean, yeah, I understand it's the element of surprise. But it's like, I don't like, I don't like it. I'm like, it's iffy to me. It really is. And then of course we see this flashback kind of, Kishimoto keeping up with the flashbacks. He talks about how I truly believe that Naruto is the prophesized child. After all, Konoha's way of the ninja is the tendency to imitate his moves. I'm like, what the? Jiraiya, I love you, bro. You're my favorite character in the series. But are you serious? Excuse me. And then, Christ. And then he even says, he resembles myself even more than Minato, especially the cute parts. I'm like, dude, come on. Crap. I had that water. Even like I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like that's not the best way. I would have liked at least do like a collaboration jutsu or something like that. But it I don't know. It's just when Kakashi said that, I was just thrown the fuck off. And of course Sakura was like, dude, no. God damn. Anyways, even Sakura is like, nah, I don't like that at all. I think that's terrible. Like, what are you stupid as hell? I agree with Sakura for once. Like, that's not the way to end. Like, we're nearing the end of the series. It's not the way to try and take down, like, the god of the verse. It's not an appropriate way. Again, I get it, but no, I just don't like it. I just don't like it whatsoever. So, but anyways, we move on. So it almost works, but we see them in this new dimension because apparently Kaguya warps from there, and it's an ice dimension. Like at first they were in a lava dimension, but now they're in an ice dimension, and you notice the castle in the background. I think that, and this is gonna sound crazy because again, she is the god of the verse, so she can basically do whatever the fuck she wants to. I'm guessing that Kaguya warps like all the people around them, like all the people around her, to different parts of them, to different parts of like different dimensions. However, it has to be within the range of that castle. Like that's what I'm thinking because like you notice it that's the same castle and the same background, but it's kind of in the same position. Like not the same background because obviously they're in a different dimension now, but it's in the same position as it was where it was in the lava dimension. So I don't know if that's the case, because it'd be weird. Because like, dude, like this is the god of the verse. You would think that she really wouldn't have any limitations towards it, but that castle is the same as it is in the lava dimension, and now they're in the ice dimension. So I'm like, kind of weird. But so that's what I'm assuming. But anyways, basically at that point, Black Zetsu is pretty much like, we need to separate them because if they're both together, they can both seal you. And at that point, he takes Sasuke and grabs him and throws him into this completely new dimension where he apparently is in Hueco Mundo. And I saw this thing on the J room. I thought that was so funny. It's like it says he's in Hueco Mundo, and then we see that like someone apparently photoshopped this panel, and it's Grimjow. Grimjow, like he's like easy nigga. I'm like, oh my god, like fucking like Grimjow, dude. Like that was funny. I mean, like obviously it's a desert, so pretty much any desert will look like a Mundo. But that whole thing with Grimjow killed me. I was like, oh, that's funny as hell. So we don't know where Sasuke is. Like we know that he's in a desert dimension, but we don't know what's gonna happen with Naruto. We don't know at all. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the chapter. That's pretty much the chapter. The chapter, I'm actually gonna give it a rating. Okay, it's an okay chapter of Naruto. That's my rating for it. Okay. It's an okay chapter. For a setup chapter, it really doesn't do a lot. It really doesn't. But yeah, that's pretty much the chapter. I'm gonna give it a rating of okay. So, rating of okay. Like the video if you like it. Dislike it if you don't. Subscribe to me. Subscribe to me if you guys want to. Subscribe to OJ Senpai. And tell me what you guys think about the whole sexy YouTube thing. Again, I get that it was supposed to be funny, and it is funny. It is, but it's in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's my personal opinion. But what do you guys think about it? Again, like the video if you like it, dislike it if you don't. And yeah, rate, comment, and subscribe. The chapter gets a rating of okay, and I'll see you guys later. I'm Ozzy Senpai, and I'm out. Peace, guys.